Hi, my name's Lee Matthews and I'm a physiotherapist, and this is Pilates Rehab Relax. And today I'm going to guide you through a 10-minute Pilates routine that's aimed at our neck and shoulders. I'll be doing it laying on my exercise mat with a folded blanket, and you might do the same sort of thing, but if you're not sure about getting on and off of the floor, then that's fine, just do them on your bed at home. So let's get ourselves laying down and we'll find that start position. So my knees are bent, my feet remain flat on the mat there, and I'm looking for that nice lengthened spine. So when we talk about that, we're looking for just a gentle arch of the back, so you could just tuck your hand in the small of the back just a little bit there. What I'm also looking for is nice wide shoulder blades, so my shoulder blades are resting on the floor there, and that long neck position, so I don't want your chin poking up to the ceiling. So from this position, with that lengthened neck, what I want you to try and do for me is a very small head nod. My head remains resting on the towel, and I'm lengthening from the neck, just drawing the chin in slightly, and then bringing the chin up to the ceiling very slightly. It's not a big movement, just a small movement. Once you've done a couple of those, what we'll then do is keep on doing that movement, but we're going to glide over to one side, keeping on nodding. It's a little bit like one of those nodding dogs that you see on the parcel shelf of people's cars. And then over to the other side in your own time. You might get a few pops and creaks as you're doing that, and just work within the comfortable range to you. And you might even go back over to the other side. Before returning back to the start position. So for our next exercise, we're going to do a movement of neck rotation. Now, when we do a rotation movement, I want you to keep that nice long neck and imagine that there's a piece of string going from your tailbone all the way out the crown of the head. When we do our movement, we're trying to rotate around that line. So what I'm aiming for is I slide the back of my head. So I'm rotating around that big long line that goes from the top of my head out through my tailbone, and then the same over to the other side. What I don't want you to do is just let the head roll from one side to the other like a giraffe swinging its neck. So let's do a few of those movements of rotation. So here we go. Lengthen from the neck and work within what's available to you. So it might be you only do a small movement, you might do a much larger movement. And again, one side might have more available movement than the other. And the nice thing about using the folded towel is as I move, it glides with me. There we go. So for our next exercise, we're going to do a movement called side flexion. So this time we move into the side again, but we're going to bring in our ear down towards the shoulder. So here we go. If I do the movement towards you first of all, and again, sliding down and then back. So this time my face remains looking up to the ceiling, and it's the ear sliding down to the shoulder blade. First on one side, and then on the other. You might get some pops and creaks, and the first couple you do, you might not go very far, and you might find with a few repetitions that you can go that little bit further. So hold for a few seconds and then back to the start position. Well, there's also some muscles that are really important in our necks called the deep neck flexors. They're quite deep, they're postural muscles, and we can exercise them gently. If we scrunch up our blanket or towel, so it's giving a bit of support under the arch of the neck there. And what I'm going to try and do again, I'm going to find that lengthened position, so no poking chins for this one. And what I want you to try and do for me is very gently just squash into that folded towel under your neck. So it's almost like a lengthening movement of the neck with a small amount of resistance. I'm not straining, so I don't want these big muscles working. I just gently squash into the towel that's folded up underneath my neck and then relax again. So if I put my hand under there, again, it's just gently squashing into that arch of the neck and then relax. And if you're straining and it hurts, or if you find that you're really working these big muscles like there, then that's not the right way of doing it. You're straining too hard there. I just want a gentle movement, squashing into the towel and then relax. And again. So now let's bring our attention to the shoulder by doing some shoulder rolls. So first of all, with one of your shoulders, what I'm going to do is reach up towards the ceiling. Then I'm going to bring that shoulder blade up towards my earlobe. Then I'm going to bring it down towards the mat. And then last of all, trying to stretch down, so my hands reaching down to my heels as far as it can. Almost like you're trying to post that shoulder blade into your back pocket and then relax. And let's do that again. So first of all, up to the ceiling, then towards your earlobe, then down into the mat, and then again reaching down to your heel like you're trying to post that shoulder blade into your back pocket. And let's do the same on the other side. So again, up to the ceiling, towards your earlobe, down into the mat, and then reaching the other hand towards your heel. Hold for a few seconds and relax. And then we'll repeat that again on the same side. So again, up to the ceiling, towards your earlobe, down into the mat, and then reaching towards your heel, and then relax and let the shoulders go heavy. So we're now going to do the double leg stretch, which is actually a shoulder exercise. So again, keeping those shoulder blades nice and wide, we're going to bring the hands so they're now pointing up towards the ceiling. I'm going to gently draw my tummy button in, so I'm engaging my core as I do this exercise. And on outward breath, what I'm looking to do is to bring those arms up and overhead slightly towards the wall behind you. And then the next bit of the movement is back to the start position, but by drawing a circle. So here we go. So my shoulders, they're going to stay down into the mat the whole way through this. So here we go. And for our last exercise, we're keeping the same position because we're going to do some gentle shoulder reaches. So my shoulder blades stay pressing down into the mat, but what I'm going to do is alternate trying to reach up with one arm, lifting that shoulder blade up off of the bed or the mat. Can you see that gap there? And then bringing it back down to that start position. And then the same on the other side. So here we go. Lifting up and then back down again. So it's a really good stretch for those muscles between the shoulder blades. And back down. And then the same on the other side. And there we go. So that was our 10 minutes of Pilates aimed at our neck. Don't forget, if you enjoyed today's session, then click the like button, and you can always subscribe to keep up to date with my latest content, or leave a comment if you've any suggestions. And thanks for watching. See you soon.